Have you ever felt uneasy in a romantic or intimate relationship, like something is off, but you can't quite put your finger on it? Relationships thrive on mutual respect, trust, and honesty, but when manipulation sneaks in, especially in the sensitive realm of sexuality, it can leave you feeling confused, violated, and trapped. Sexual manipulation is a subtle, yet damaging form of abuse that often goes unnoticed until its effects are deeply ingrained in the victim's emotional and psychological well-being. In today's video, we're diving into the 8 major signs of sexual manipulation, not just to recognize them, but to empower you with knowledge and awareness to safeguard your boundaries. Whether you've experienced this firsthand or are supporting a loved one through a toxic relationship, this conversation is vital. Stay tuned, because this knowledge could transform how you see your relationships and protect your emotional health. 8 major signs you're being sexually manipulated. 1. Coercion disguised as love. Manipulators often twist the concept of love to pressure their partner into sexual activities. They might say things like, "If you truly loved me, you'd do this," weaponizing your feelings to meet their needs. This subtle guilt-tripping exploits your affection to override your comfort and boundaries. Love never demands actions that compromise your emotional or physical well-being. True affection respects consent and timing. 2. Persistent guilt-tripping. When you say no or express discomfort, they respond with exaggerated disappointment or make you feel guilty. They may sulk, withdraw affection, or say things like, "You're ruining our relationship," or "I have needs too." This tactic shifts the blame onto you for their dissatisfaction, eroding your confidence. Healthy communication resolves differences. It doesn't manipulate one partner into submission through guilt. 3. Overstepping boundaries subtly. A manipulator might start with small boundary violations to test your limits, such as making jokes about things you've said no to or touching you in ways that make you uncomfortable. Over time, these minor infractions escalate, creating a pattern of disregard for your autonomy. Boundaries are non-negotiable. Any attempt to chip away at them is a red flag. 4. Using emotional blackmail. They may use fear, obligation, or guilt to control your sexual decisions. For example, they might threaten to leave you, accuse you of not being committed enough, or even fabricate scenarios that make you feel like giving in is the only way to maintain peace. Emotional blackmail is a sign of deep insecurity and control issues, not love or care. 5. Playing the victim card. Manipulators often portray themselves as victims to elicit sympathy and compliance. They might claim past trauma or unfulfilled needs to justify their behavior, making you feel responsible for fixing them or compensating for their pain through sexual acts. While empathy is essential, it should never come at the cost of your own mental and emotional health. 6. Sudden emotional withdrawal. When you don't comply with their desires, they may abruptly withdraw affection or become emotionally distant. This tactic creates a sense of instability, leading you to overcompensate to regain their attention, including compromising on your boundaries. Affection shouldn't be conditional on meeting someone's demands. It's a manipulation tool when used this way. 7. Constant comparisons. They might compare you to others, saying things like, "Other couples do this," or "My ex was more adventurous than you." This creates insecurity and a fear of inadequacy, pressuring you to conform to their sexual expectations. A partner who values you won't measure you against others to manipulate your behavior. 8. Gaslighting your discomfort. When you express concerns, they dismiss or downplay your feelings, making you question your judgment. They might say things like, "You're overreacting," "I didn't mean it that way," or "You're imagining things." This psychological manipulation erodes your self-trust. A healthy relationship validates your feelings instead of trivializing them to shift the blame. Conclusion: sexual manipulation is a silent predator in relationships, often camouflaged as love or concern, but its effects are anything but loving. It strips away trust, respect, and mutuality, cornerstones of a healthy partnership. Recognizing these signs is the first step toward reclaiming your autonomy and fostering relationships built on mutual respect and consent. If you've identified any of these signs in your relationships, know that you deserve better. Seek support, whether through friends, family, or professional resources. Remember, your boundaries matter. Your voice deserves to be heard, and no one has the right to manipulate your body or emotions for their gain. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. Have you ever encountered these signs, or do you have advice for others navigating similar situations? Your story could be the lifeline someone else needs. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more empowering content.